You're locked into Hits 92.3. The views, stories, and opinions shared on this program belong solely to the hosts and their guests. They do not represent the views of Hits 92.3 Radio, management, staff, partners, advertisers, parent companies, or affiliates. And if you don't know what any of that means, listener discretion is advised. Now sit back, turn up your volumes, and enjoy the content from one of the greatest, dopest radio personalities to ever touch this microphone in 3, 2, 1.
We can stay in Harlem or be bougie in Manhattan. Go to Magic Johnson's or just see whatever happens. Yeah, I'm a simple girl, I don't need anything. Rain or shine, I don't mind. Like Sinatra, baby, fly me to the moon. Take my heart into a rocket and just shoot it, baby, straight into the blue. I don't need no wings, 'cause tonight it's on you, baby, fly me to the moon. We can watch the sun drop, we can run the arcades. Barefoot on the boardwalk, making out the whole way. It ain't no pressure, babe, I don't need anything. Rain or shine, I don't mind. Like Sinatra, baby, fly me to the moon. Take my heart into a rocket and just shoot it, baby, straight into the blue. Tonight it's on you, baby, fly me to the moon. Hey, hey baby, fly me to the moon. Hey. Get me in stardust, don't care if they saw us. No, they never was. Thought I was tripping in the stratosphere. I didn't know I could go up from here. Baby, fly me to the moon. Take my heart into a rocket and just shoot it, baby, straight into the blue.
Hello, everybody. We are live here at Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. This is Karen the Connector, and I'm here every Thursday from 2 to 4 talking about what you've been looking for. And today, I have a special guest here, Corey Thomas.
Corey Thomas, I'm here in the
Corey Thomas is in the building. We got Control Porch. He's still here. Laying over from the last show. Thank you, Control, for staying over.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, for our first segment, he's going to be here just commenting on what we're talking about today, because this is a very, very important topic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're going to talk about this new program that Corey developed. We're going to be talking about the next election coming up here in Douglas County.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about some current events going on and the economy and all the things, and you definitely want to stay tuned in. But first, I'm going to let Corey, you introduce yourself, and then Control, if you could introduce yourself for the viewers as well, I would appreciate that. Go ahead, Corey.
Well, hey, listen, my name's Corey Thomas. I've been working around Douglasville now for the last 15 years. I'm a certified peer support specialist in addictive disease, also mental health. But one of the things that I really focus on is being a mental health advocate, thanks to this young man right here for the state of Georgia. And so I just want to share some stuff with you all today, and how we really need to kind of pull together and align our resources to be able to rebuild our communities. Contrail, it's on you, bro.
Man, I thank you. My name is Kentrell Porch. I am a certified anger management specialist as well as a certified mental health advocate, working in the behavioral mental health field with children and adults who have different mental health challenges.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, Ken.
No, and Control, real quick, how can they reach you? And basically, what do you you still specialize in children?
Children and adults. So we work with children and adults, specializing in individual and family therapy, individual and family skill building, along with case management, substance abuse for adults who do have substance abuse history. We also have groups at our office. That so we provide those services as well, Monday through Thursday for our groups for our adults. But we do everything in the community. So whether that's home, the library, in the park, what have you. We also do virtual. So we also offer telehealth as well.
Okay.
The company I contract with is out in Stone Mountain. It is Visions of New Hope. So we take all clients. You can find me on social media under Kentrell Porch, run all together. You can also contact me on my office line, 470-534-7737.
That's what's up. Thank you, Control.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
So, Corey, let's get into this program that you've been talking about, you've been working on,
Absolutely.
that you're passionate about. Let's talk about that.
Thank you, Karen, once again for having me on your show. But I want to set the tone first on KP, rebuilding the family foundation. And I want to talk about today, before we jump into how we have created a solution, we're talking about engaging with our kids versus developing our kids. And, a lot of our parents, they always talk about, I raised my child right, but but now I'm in a whole nother level of saying, but who gave you the developmental skills that you need to develop your child?
Right.
And that's where we're at today. And I want to share a couple of, just resources that we have been working on. First, let me give a shout out to Veterans Molded Minds, Military Consulting Solutions, Acorn Labs, Upright Management, the Purpose Development Institute, and Iconic Services. These organizations have came together to align all of our resources, our thoughts. Oh, don't let me forget, keep pushing, KP, because this man has been with me multiple times as we start to engage on how we're going to deliver our services to the community, and we're all on the same sheet of music. But with that being said, KP, did you want to elaborate a little bit on when we start talking about rebuilding the family foundation?
Well, it's definitely something we have to get back to. We look at just the climate that we're in across the board. Things have changed. Times are changing. Kids are changing. And I think one thing for us especially for us as men, as Black men, and the family being more of that presence and being that person we need to be for our families, it has to start somewhere. We can't just keep talking about we need to do this and kids are this, kids are that. We got to meet kids where they are.
Yep. We
have to meet these families where they are and implement the program that is going to be best suited for the family, however it comes or how it's delivered, how it's received. But we got to get back to one thing that is, I hold it as highly important. We have to get back to people and taking care of the people. With people, they are families.
Yeah,
they go hand in hand. So the work that is being done and everything that you're putting together, I applaud you for it. And I'm always glad to be a part of what you're doing. One guy I met about a year or so ago, been in lockstep since. And it's like I said about Karen earlier, the work that's being done, there's value in it. So within you all, there's value in you as people. So when you do put things in place, that support is there.
Yeah.
But again, we have to get back to the root of it.
Yeah.
It starts at the how.
And I'm gonna elaborate now a little bit more in detail. You're right. When we start talking about workforce development, and there are a lot of jobs that's getting ready to open up, but a lot of us Blacks, we're not ready for them. A lot of our younger generation, we're not ready for it.
I don't think Black, white, anybody is.
But you know what? No, you're right. But right now, I'm gonna specifically talk about us as the minority community and us as African Americans, because a lot of other cultures, they have resources to get ahead a lot faster than we do. And so they're introduced to those resources. But to go back to what me and KP was just talking about, workforce development don't start out here in the community. It starts at home.
Yes, it does.
It starts at home with the parents. But what if our parents are not even equipped with the right skills because they're in survival mode? The other thing that we noticed about a lot of our parents is we're dealing with a lot of single parents today. A lot of single parents. And with our single parents, what's happening? these kids are being raised with no balance.
Right.
And I don't blame the man and I don't blame the woman, because I was a hell of a co-parenter. And now I'm starting to now target a lot of our men a lot more, because I'm saying, just because you and the young lady didn't work out, why haven't you stepped up to be a better co-parent?
Hello.
It puts you on the spot. It's a lot of extra work to be a co-parent.
It does. It
Man,
is.
this man talked about co-parenting one time, and it's like,
Yeah.
Man, we putting in way more work I'd rather the kid come live with me sometime.
Right. And I will say that it does take a lot now that I am newly divorced and my children are being co-parented now, like in different households. I, even going through the divorce and even considering divorce, all the things, never considered. Like I was thinking they'll be all right. They can go see them on the weekends and it'll be fine and they'll be fine. No, there's a lot that goes in.
There's a lot.
A lot of moving parts that goes in to sending your kids away every other weekend.
Yep.
I'm not even talking about every weekend. Just every other weekend, my kids packing up their things to go to another household to stay for 2 days, maybe 2.5 days, but mostly it's just like Friday night, Saturday night. By the time they wake up Sunday morning, them kids on their way back home. And but it just so much goes into that, and I can see how somewhat exhausting it is for especially my daughter. So it is a lot that goes into co-parenting. Communication is like key.
You gotta be in alignment.
Yeah,
you and that parent, that male or female, y'all gotta be on the same sheet of music.
Right. And most of the time you're not. And that's that's part of the reason why y'all not together in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So that alignment you talking about, hello, I don't even know. No. So most times that's not even there, but sometimes it is. And thank God for that. But most times it takes a lot of effort just to communicate with the other parent, with all the differences and getting over what just happened and, getting through the whole newness of being separated, divorced, and all the things, and trying to raise these kids the right way. So that's very, very difficult. And it's unfortunate that it's a majority of a lot of women and men just living this co-parenting life, especially with our children under 18.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
And it's hard. And, people talk about, oh, my kids old enough, they understand. Kids don't understand. Nobody, I didn't understand divorce the first time, going through it. And you talk
I don't understand now.
Exactly. Because now the kids are looking at you and saying, mama's over here and dad's over here. And what are we doing to the kids? We're moving them from place to place, from place to place. Now, don't you think sometimes that kids start to feel unstable? Don't you think sometimes that kid starts to feel like, what did I do to cause my parents to get a divorce? And now we have to start talking about where's the therapy or deep-rooted therapy because of the trauma of just being a single parent now.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm not putting, like I said, I'm not pointing a finger at a woman, nor am I pointing a finger at a man. But when we start talking about, everybody wants to talk about slavery and the system this and the system that. Well, I'm going to share something with you. The system, if the system put us in a bad position in life, as far as where we start talking about it separated our households, then there's going to have to be a system to put us back in alignment to be able to really achieve our highest growth potential. Would y'all agree? And that's where we're at, because here's what we don't talk about a lot of times. We're in the world of AI, and we don't talk about a lot of Blacks in technology. We don't talk about a lot of how to now take advantage of AI and use it to our advantage to rebuild and restructure our households now.
Right.
A lot of people don't even know how to use AI effectively.
Right. I'm just learning.
You just learned, and now they getting ready to move on to something else.
I'm like, what system y'all using now? What the?
I just got turned on to it.
Golly.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And so now what we have done with the organizations that I actually spoke about earlier, we started now designing a platform that's going to specifically help with what we call human performance.
Yeah.
And it's going to also help a lot of single parents. It's going to also help, just married couples in alignment with understanding How can I keep track of my kids' accomplishments? And how can I develop the kid? Remember, I'm not talking about just engaging with the kids, because what do most parents do? They engage. I told him this, I told him that. Listen, these kids are sick of listening to you. Really, a lot of times they tune you out after so long, especially.
I know my kids tune me out.
Oh, God. So you're engaging with them and you're saying to yourself, well, I told him what he needed to do, but he didn't do it. Did you develop him? Do you even have the skills to develop? And now in the world of technology, we got to put these kids in technology to develop them now, because what are they using to get off track?
Technology.
The metaverse, technology. And now their little brains is just all over the place because they're at information overload.
Right.
And I know, KP, you're working with a lot of individuals that's going through some of these mental health issues, but are we using technology to help put them back on track instead of trying to run them away from technology?
I think it's something we got to get used to doing and incorporating. Now, on the level that we deal with, we don't touch a lot of that where we have individuals who, use technology. At best, we get to, try to keep them do right with a cell phone.
Yeah.
But you do also have to look at it on the, on a deeper level. Technology is a thing.
Right.
And like I think you said it a few minutes ago, the one thing these young people will do is hop on the phone, hop on the tablet,
absolutely,
hop on a laptop if they got it, but constantly it's in the hand. Now, to a degree, I think too much of it is not healthy, but to use it as a tool to train.
Absolutely.
How do you engage? And one big thing, even we don't often use the proper terminology. Correct. We don't use the right words. Like you said, I told them to do this. We don't ever think about have you engaged. We don't think about engaging out, or developing it out.
Exactly.
Or have you showed them how to do it?
We talk, train, we show, do as I say, not as I do. This, that, and the third. This is what we go. So our vocabulary has to change to a degree. Our methods of doing it. So it can be a thing now where we need to incorporate some form of technology.
Yes.
Some form of, like I said, I just got turned on to the whole AI thing and doing things. AI, I'll tell anybody I'm technologically slow. I can text you, I can email, I can call you. Hold on. Ask me to do something out of email. I can do that. Anything outside of that, but I was talking to a friend of mine about a month or so ago. We just kind of throwing some ideas around, and he told me about Gemini. Oh, hey,
I'm not even on there yet.
Yeah, I figured it out.
I'm still at ChatGPT.
So where I think where we're trending to and where we're headed, we do need to use it, but we also have to be careful of how much we use technology. I'm old school. I'm a firm believer in talking and showing.
Right.
Right. I just feel we learn more about what we see versus what we hear. Like I hold on to what I see versus what you say to me.
Me too.
Even with young people, you need to be able to see how how a person responds to this. You may need to see how, you act in this environment, how you carry yourself in this setting. Those things are important. It's just those same skills and things that we were taught coming up. We just have to do it in a different way.
And you're right. And the one thing that I valued about being in the military, I served 23 years in the military. And the one
Thank
thing
you for your service.
did, appreciate that, bro. All my veterans out there, appreciate you all. But one thing the military did was it allowed us to live in leadership.
Right.
Let me say that again. It allowed us to live in leadership. We didn't just take a course online. Right. Guess what? We had to go away from our families into a remote location, and we had to live in leadership, live around leaders. Right. We had to develop as leaders because guess what? Your kid's life is in my hands when we go to combat.
Right.
So we have to be trained at a whole nother level. But guess what? Your kid's life is in danger when you allow them to go into the metaverse. Have y'all even thought about that yet? We're at a whole nother war right now. We're not at war. They're not fighting wars on the ground anymore. They're fighting wars in the metaverse right now. The war is in your head right now. And what we're trying to do is establish a way to communicate effectively, because I believe in if you change the language, it changes the mindset. which changes the outcome of what you're trying to accomplish.
I believe that.
I agree.
And one thing I always say, Corey, is our kids are being influenced by all these things when they leave our house.
Yeah.
Like they're being influenced by social media, influenced by their friends and their environment. We need to start being influencers to our children.
Yes.
And like, let me influence you too. You know, even if you're still being influenced by all the things, like that's why I started. And usually when I'm getting an award or being acknowledged, I leave my kids at home. Let me go. All the things. Y'all stay here. So this last event where I got an award for being honored for Women's History Month, and I brought my kids, my two youngest, Alana and Amir, and they were just like, wow, you know what I mean? Like just seeing it, they see the awards in the cabinet and all the things, but them being there, just seeing that. And then my youngest son was my only son. He was like, Mom, that was tea. I was like, it was tea? Yeah. Like, wow. And their eyes lit up just seeing people talk about me. Like, so they've never seen that. They've seen it a couple of years ago, but just, I think now they need to see that consistently, not all the time, but they need to be reminded that, yeah, this is your mother.
Yes.
And let me influence you, that I'm doing something, you know what I mean? That I want you to know about. I want you to be influenced by, working for your community and making a difference in other people's lives. You know what I'm saying? So I think that one thing that we need to, consider and accept that we need to be influencers to our children. Whatever we want to influence on our children, we need to let them see that. You know what I mean? And the things that we don't want them to know about, try not to let them see that.
And,
you know what I'm saying?
And that's very hard to do when we're dealing with social profiles.
Right. What
we've developed is what we call a non-social profile. Okay, this is a non-social profile. And in this non-social profile, let me try to reframe this in a way that everybody would understand it. All through our high school and middle school, maybe even kindergarten, elementary, we actually invest in athletics, do we not? We pay for their uniforms, we pay for their cleats, we pay for their travel, we pay for all types of things to try to make our kid the best athlete in the world.
Right.
But we never pay for personal growth and development. We look at the coach is supposed to develop a kid,
or the schools, or
the
teachers,
but,
or the
But guess what? If a kid is getting developed on the field, what kind of skills is he getting when he get home?
What's something to think about?
So one of the tools that we use is called 1783. In the 1783 rule, we look at 17% of really your growth potential is centered around your gifts and talents, but 83% is your character.
Right.
And we're not investing in the character enough.
The character.
And when you think about that 83%, how are all these kids making money today? Name, image, and likeness. Name, image, and likeness.
Right.
They ain't say nothing about anything else. They talk about their name, their image, and their likeness.
Especially with sports.
But at the same time, look at business owners. Business owners do business with people that they like. Regardless of how good it may be sometimes.
Name, image, and likeness.
Name, image, and likeness.
I will say that wholeheartedly, yeah.
And so what we've developed is a platform that tracks all the data. Right. So imagine, Karen, your kid starting out at 13 years old, and every certificate that your kid earns along the way, we put it into our system, and it starts to develop their own digital profile. With these digital profiles, guess what ends up happening? The employers, and I'm looking for my employers right now who want to partner with us, nonprofit organizations, and also our corporations. What they do is they look into our system and they look at what kid has really put the effort into building his character.
I know.
This is not about gifts and talents anymore, because we're developing these kids. And a company will tell you, when I bring you on board, I'm going to hire you to do what I want you to do. I'm going to train you to do what I want you to do.
True.
So everything you learned in college, what do they tell you sometimes?
Forget it.
Forget it.
Yeah.
But now we're designing a system, and our system. Go ahead. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, go ahead.
But our system is specifically designed for these corporations. Let me back up. For the nonprofit organizations to be able to train and become readiness tools, and the corporations become destinations. Our organization is called Concord Pathways Institute. And what we do is we build pathways to your career destination. The only way that we're going to do this is we all get on the same sheet of music at the same time, speaking the same language, and we making sure that we direct our kids on the right path.
Listen, I love this idea. And listen, we're going to take a quick break.
Yeah.
We're going to say goodbye to KP.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
My
Hey.
guy.
Listen, it has been fun. The one thing I can say about Corey, when you say go, he go. But the work that goes into making something like this happen. man, I appreciate you, for what you do. I'm glad to call you friend. Glad that we can work together. Same for Karen. I'm glad to call you friend. That is a word I don't use very, very lightly or very loosely. But thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
Not only for the community,
Same,
but
KP.
just to, when your presence is your presence, and when you are out, you are you. So for everything you do in Douglasville, within the groups that you do have, every event you show up at, I wear it every day. Keep pushing, keep going.
Hey,
we
I need a t-shirt now.
We need more. I got you.
Yeah.
You already got one. I don't want to hear.
I ain't got my t-shirt.
You got a sweat.
Okay,
You got a
go ahead,
sweatshirt
KP.
though. You got a sweatshirt.
I didn't get a sweatshirt.
Oh, my bad.
I
I got
want a
you.
hoodie to be.
But-
No, I want a sweatshirt.
But I say that too. Say this is a community.
Yes.
This is a community that is growing.
Yes.
We all do different things, but I think we do a lot of similar things. We
Mhm.
just do them differently. But when we do come together, it makes an impact.
It
It
does.
makes an impact.
We
and
need to come together more often. That's
come
one
together
thing
more often.
that I went to the Meet the Candidates last week, and I just really wish that a lot of people running who are passionate about the community could just
Come out.
come together, whether you win or lose.
Yeah.
These are great ideas that everyone has. I love everybody campaign stands. I honestly don't disagree with not a lot of it.
Yeah.
Like whether whoever they were, even the people who are running in districts that are not mine. If we could
Right.
just all come
together.
together,
Yeah.
come together to make some things happen, like as community leaders. I have a community. KP has his own community and his own following. Corey has his own following, and the people that support him. Imagine if we all came together and really supported one another on
support
all
one
these
another.
great ideas that are going to support our children, our students, our
Mhm.
brothers and sisters and friends and family, with these great ideas that are going to move us forward
Right.
and help us.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I do agree with KP.
Right.
And thank you so much for coming on my show. Thank you for joining me on the last show.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
accepting
Absolutely.
the invite. I mean, last minute. I
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Listen, and I'll say this before I get out of here. I had an event Monday, and we got some men together and we talked. One thing is very important. I just have to stress this very, very quickly before I go. Vote. Whatever it is we do this week by May 19th, let's get out and vote. Let's get people in positions who can help us move forward.
Yes.
We living in a lot of mess. We're dealing with a lot of mess. We got a lot of people in office who are not for the people. I beg you, I plead you, sir, ma'am, let's get out and vote. Whatever state, city you're in, let's be specific. Douglas County, let's get out, let's vote. Atlanta, let's get out and vote. Let's change this on the local level so we can make some differences and make some changes on the national level. But let's get here, let's get out. Let's not let our ancestors and our forefathers did. They've already done it by gutting the civil rights, by gutting the Voting Rights Act. But let's get out and vote. Let's make a difference.
And
Let's
do
make a
your
difference.
research before
Do
you vote.
Do your homework.
Do not go out there and vote for popularity anymore. Those days are over.
Vote
do
for
your
people who are
research.
going to do for
I
you.
agree.
And thank you again for having me.
I
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
you.
I
I appreciate you.
And
KP.
I have your
Why
hoodie.
you take my paperwork though?
Oh, I thought I could.
No.
But I got you. I got your t-shirt. I got your hoodie.
Okay.
I got you. I
And
got you.
I'll give it to you tonight so you can
Absolutely.
research your vote.
I like that. I see y'all.
Because
together
there's so many other things. I mean,
It
it's a
is so
local
much.
election, but
It's local.
it's a state election too. There's
Right.
a lot of state representatives running, and we need to do our research. And for the people who are going to Washington to represent us, we need to do our
Do
research.
your research.
Do your research
Do your
because they
research.
are going to make decisions for you.
Exactly.
So when all of this stuff gets passed and all these things happen, and you're like, wow, no, you voted for them or
You
you
voted for
didn't vote at all. So
Yeah.
definitely you want to do your research. But thank you, KP,
Thank you.
for joining us. So we're gonna go to a quick break and play some music and some commercials, and we'll be right back here on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio.
Hey.
So it seems I got some enemies, yeah. I can feel it in your energy, yeah. I see you hating on what's meant to be, but a nigga too blessed to be stressed out. I'm too blessed to, I'm too blessed to be stressed out. I'm too blessed to, I'm too blessed to be stressed. We been kicking it hard for a minute. I cherish the memories all that we been through. I guess that I didn't prepare for the moment that we couldn't work through our issues. Difference between us and time is the reason, and really I can't even blame you. It is what it is. I gotta forgive. Shit, I don't wanna change you. I gotta respect that we had a connection. That shit was the truth. The natural selection. I call it divine intervention. No lessons when I was a youth. Had different direction. We had to define our blessings for trying to get in the game. I still came through in the clutch. Fourth quarter with range. I'm calling static on the line. Lose my senses. Destined for greatness while stuck in place with my mental dedication. But still at times I will forget myself. Caught up in some shit. Hesitation I probably felt because of empty validation from somebody else. I never wanted to be amongst some. Watch your step, take me back to realer times when we was fine. We could talk without the drama. Now we fuss and fight, living life, bonding over trauma. I release you, girl. Said I release you, girl. Yeah. Said I release you, girl. Said I release you, yeah. Cause tides turn, baby. Tides turn, tides turn. So wavy, yeah. So baby, don't chase me. I hope you get home safely, yeah. Cause tides turn, baby. Tides turn, tides turn. So wavy, yeah. So baby, don't chase me. I hope you get home safely. I really don't know what we're gonna be, but I gotta let go, girl. Cause you disturbing my peace. Really feel it's time now. You need some time and some space, so I gotta let you know, girl. Gotta put you back in your place, and then I gotta move on, just move on. Move on, move on, just move on, move on, just move on. Cause tides turn, baby, tides turn, tides turn. I'm so wavy, yeah. So baby, don't chase me. I hope you get home safely, yeah. Cause tides turn, baby, tides turn, tides turn. I'm so wavy, yeah. So baby, don't chase me. I hope you get home safely.
Some spaces you walk into, and some you remember. Soft light, intentional design, a space that doesn't just hold your content, it elevates it. This is more than a place to create, it's an experience. For creators who want their work to feel different, more refined, more intentional, more you. Book your space now on Peerspace. Studio Luminaire. Link in bio.
All right, we are back here live on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. And listen, all the things that we talked about today, even if you were in the last show, if you want to call and comment on anything that we're talking about, I would love for you to call in. The number is 404. Sunshine, what's the number? 254-4347, 404-253-4347. Call in, and we would love to talk to you today. And we have a special guest today. You've already heard from him, Corey Thomas. He is talking about this new program that I think is amazing. Just hearing him talk about it, just talking about, effectively and directly, managing our children's future, influencing them and encouraging them and tracking their accomplishments and all the things. So Corey, one thing that I like about the program, and I want you to talk about, and just what I mentioned to you is, and I didn't even know this about the program when he even emailed me because I read it so fast. So he's developing a program that you'll be able to track all the accomplishments of your children from 13 years old up. So we're talking about 8th grade on up. In some cases, maybe 7th grade on up. Their accomplishments and uploading them into a system to where they can literally transfer the system to anybody who wants to hire them or use them as like when you volunteer or anything for a company. Imagine if they were able to send somebody everything that they've done, all the volunteer work they've done, all the awards and certificates they've done all throughout their life. That would be amazing. And he has created this program that I think a lot of people would want to take advantage of. So Corey, so what made you, what inspired you to do this?
I've been working in workforce development for the last 10 years after I transitioned out of the military. And transitioning out of the military, people think it's easy, but it's not that easy because the military took 8 weeks or 9 weeks to transition me from a civilian to a soldier. But when we get out, they don't take those same 9 weeks to send us to training to transition us back from a soldier to a civilian. So coming into the workforce, I learned in the civilian workforce, y'all operate totally different than the military does. The lack of discipline a lot of times, the lack of communication is off, the lack of tracking of your career. That's all on you now.
And all the things that you've done.
All the things that you've done, you have to do that for yourself now. And what I noticed was working with an organization down off of Joseph E. Boone, City of Refuge was one of the organizations that I started workforce development in. I started noticing we were doing so well with these young men and women when they were inside those gates and in our training facility. But when they left those gates and had to go back to their community, what happened? They relapsed. A lot of times they go back to their old ways. They don't have anything in place that tracks them when they left our program. So as we started working with Military Consulting Solutions, Acorn Labs, also the Purpose Development Institute, we got together, we put our brains together, and we said, what can we do to track the success of a young man or a woman as they start to develop through the best years of their life in development? And that's that 8th grade, 13 years in. And when we put this program together, I was very passionate about it because working in a staffing field, here's what I noticed about a lot of young men and women going through staffing programs. They don't treat you as well as you think they should. And companies, they hire people through staffing companies, but they don't treat those individuals well. They treat them as just like they are.
Placeholder.
You're just a placeholder, and if you do one thing wrong, you're out of here. So our program, which I've been kind of holding on to, is Merit 2.0. It's based off of your merit. It's based off of all the accomplishments that you do. And inside of our program, our platform, what we do as well is we make sure we mentor you, we coach you, and we use all of our nonprofit organizations that's in the community to come together, speak the same language, we go through our Institute for Training, because now life is all about how do you develop your purpose? How do you activate your purpose? It's already in a lot of us, but some of us are walking around in a true identity crisis. This platform right here develops your identity, and you don't have to say anything. One of the things that we started developing into the program was what we call our working score.
Working score.
Yeah, so you get to now, all your achievements, they start to build a score for you, almost like your credit score.
I like that.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So what you think our kids are going to start doing? They start looking at their score. Oh, man, I need to do X, Y, and Z to be able to do more, to build my score. And they start working on themselves. Now, the key is, if this is a non-social profile, the key is for us to flood this system with the vocational training that's needed to make sure we develop them the right way. And so when we start talking about the new smart infrastructure and how we have used a research-based information to develop this, it's been a success. But now the time is for us to all come together and get on the same sheet of music, understand the system, learn how to work the system, so that our single parents won't have any, really could assist them with different tools as they start to develop their kids. When we start looking at sports, you can use it as a tool to develop your kid. When you start looking at anything that's in their career pathway, in their careers, or building their career pathway, you're going to be able to do that.
I love that. I love that idea. So how can they find out more about that? I know you mentioned a webinar or a seminar that you were going to be holding tonight.
At 8:30 tonight, we will be hosting a seminar to display our platform. You can go to concordpathways.care. concordpathways.care. Go in there. It's a follow-up. Just put your information in. It'll ask you for your name, your email. Once you upload your information, we'll send you an email with the link. If you want, you can text me at 404-895-6563. Text me at that number. I'll make sure you get it. If for some reason the website is not pulling in the